Good morning, friends. Welcome to Energy Engineering classes. I am Professor V. Sushant Kumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Angadi Institute of Technology and Management, Belagavi. We'll discuss about a pulverized fuel burning. What is pulverized fuel burning? So, a pulverized fuel is nothing but it is a powdered coal, okay, which is charged into combustion chamber along with the hot air hot air current. The air required to carry pulverized coal and dry it before entering the combustion chamber, we call it as priming air. We supply the pulverized coal along with the air into the combustion chamber, and we also supply air separately to ensure that complete combustion takes place, and that air we call it as secondary air. Okay, so here we use forced draft fans. Okay, the sketch just shows the working principle of a pulverized mill. Okay, so this is a forced draft fan, and here we have a primary air fan, and this is the pulverizer. Okay, so here we have the equipment wherein the coal is crushed into powdered form. Okay, next the coal along with the primary air, it is supplied to the furnace along with the burners. Okay, these are the burners. Okay, in the following slides we'll see so different types like unit system, bin system, how they work. Okay, the advantages of pulverized coal are a wide variety of low grade fuels can be burnt easily, and greater surface area is exposed for combustion, and hence the combustion takes place faster and efficient. Combustion control is easy, and hence the system gives fast response to the load changes. Next one, preheated secondary air. So the temperature is around 350 degrees Celsius, the preheated air, okay, resulting in rapid flame propagation and faster heat supplied to the boiler. The pulverizing system can be maintained or repaired without affecting the combustion process, as pulverizing equipment is located outside the furnace. Next advantage is it has very high rate of heat release. Okay, and next one, banking losses are lower as compared to stoker firing. The boilers can be started from cold very rapidly. And the last advantage is the system is free from clinker and slagging troubles. Along with the advantages, we also have disadvantages of using the pulverized coal. The capital investment of this system is high, as it requires additional equipments like pulverizing and handling systems. Its operation and maintenance costs are high. It produces fly ash. Okay, so fly is nothing but very fine dust that needs fly ash removal equipments, okay, like electrostatic precipitators. The chance of explosion are very high, as coal burns like a gas. Next disadvantage is the storage of powdered coal requires special attention, as it has possibilities of fire hazards. Means we need to be very careful when we are storing a pulverized coal. Next disadvantage is skilled workers are required for safe operation of and maintenance. Okay, and the last disadvantage is air pollution takes place by the emission of fine particles of grit and dirt. Next, a pulverized fuel burning system. Okay, there are two common methods of burning the pulverized coal. So those are unit system and central or bin system. So in the following slides we'll see what is unit system and what is central or bin system. Okay, next we have pulverized fuel burning system, that is unit system. So the schematic arrangement of unit system of pulverized fuel burning is shown in the sketch. In this system, each burner and pulverizer constitute a unit. It consists of raw coal bunker, feeder, pulverizing mill, and burner. So you can see from the sketch, okay, this is the raw coal bunker. Okay, from here the coal is fed to the feeder through the coal is fed to the pulverizer through the feeder. Okay, so in the feeder what happens, we are supplying preheated air, okay, or flue gases for the coal drying. So if the coal has some moisture content, so it is dried up using the preheated air or flue gases. Okay, so next this dried coal is supplied to the pulverizer, where it is crushed to the required size, and next it is supplied to the burner using the induced draft fan. So in the sketch it is not shown. Okay, we supply the pulverized coal to the burner, to the furnace, okay, through the induced draft fan, and here we have the burner, okay, wherein we are supplying a preheated secondary air, okay, and we are also supplying the pulverized fuel along with the primary air. So burner is next. Here the complete combustion of the coal takes place, and further the flue gases are supplied to the boiler. Advantages of unit system are: it is simple in operation and cheap. Next, direct control of combustion from the pulverized mill is possible. Coal transportation system is also simple, and low maintenance cost. Disadvantages of unit system are: the performance of pulverizing mill is poor, as the system operates at variable loads. The unit system of fuel burning is less flexible. Whenever any of the auxiliaries fails, the burner has to put off. So here each equipment is interlinked. If any equipment fails, then the whole system has to be put off. Okay. Next disadvantage is wear and tear of fan blades is more, since it handles hot air and coal particles. And the last disadvantage is strict maintenance of pulverizing mill is a must for a perfect operation of the system. Central system of pulverized fuel burning. So it is slightly different from the bin system that we discussed previously. So here we have the raw coal bunker. So from here the coal is fed to the pulverizer through the feeder. Okay, we are also supplying the hot air or flue gases, okay, to dry the coal. If there is any moisture content present in the coal, it is dried up and then it is supplied to the pulverizer. Okay, so in the pulverizer the coal is crushed to the required size, and it is supplied to the cyclone separator through the induced fan. Okay, it is supplied to the cyclone separator through the induced fan. So in the cyclone separator, the coal of the different size than the required is separated, and it is fed back to the pulverizer. Okay, and the pulverized coal is next transferred to the conveyor, so from where it is supplied to the central pulverized fuel bunker, where it is stored. Okay, so from here it is fed to the burner through the fuel feeder. So here we have forced draft fan. Okay, so the pulverized fuel along with the primary air is supplied to the burner, and we are also supplying the secondary air, so where the burning, the combustion takes place, and the hot flue gases are next supplied to the boiler. Okay, Advantages of central system are there is always some coal in the reserve, unlike the bin system. Okay, so here there is no connection between the pulverizer and the burner. Okay, there is always some coal which is stored in reserve. Thus, failure of the mill will not affect the coal fed to the burner, and the burner operation is independent of coal pulverization. Second advantage is the pulverizing mill can be shut down when sufficient capacity has been achieved. The same can be used during the peak load periods. The fan handles only air, therefore there is no problem of excessive wear of the blades. So we also have disadvantage of using the central bin system. There, central system is expensive and occupies more space. It requires complicated coal handling system. The power consumption of auxiliaries is high. Therefore, overall power consumption per ton of coal handled is higher than the unit system. Next disadvantage, chances of fire hazards are more since the pulverized fuel is stored. Last one, operation and maintenance charges are higher than the unit system of same capacity. In the previous slides, we have seen how the pulverized coal is burned. Mainly we discussed two types of systems. One is the unit system and second one is the central or bin system. So in this slide, we will see different types of burners and how the fuel is burnt in the furnace. So burners are devices that allow uniform mixing of fuel with air, hence lead to efficient and complete combustion. The burners receives the fuel along with the primary air in the central passage, with the secondary air is supplied around the passage. The important requirement of an efficient pulverized coal burner are as follows. It should fix the fuel and the primary air thoroughly. Means the function of the burner is to mix the air and the coal thoroughly and inject the mixture into the furnace. It should create a proper turbulence for air fuel mixing and maintain a stable combustion. It should be able to control the flame shape and flame travel by varying the amount of secondary air. So there are different types of burners. So mainly there are four types that we're going to discuss. The first one is long flame or U flame, or it's also called as streamlined burner. And second one is short flame or turbulent burners. Third one is tangential burners, and the fourth one is cyclone burners. So in the upcoming slides we will discuss all these types of burners. So we will discuss now long flame or U flame or streamlined burner. The arrangement of long flame U-shaped burner is schematically shown in this sketch. The burner is placed such that it produces a long U-shaped flame. You can see from the sketch, this is U-shaped flame. The burner injects a mixture of primary air and fuel vertically downward in a thin stream, practically with no turbulence, and produces a long flame. Secondary hot air is supplied at right angles to the flame, which provides necessary turbulence and mixing for proper and rapid combustion. A tertiary air is also supplied around the burner for better mixing of fuel with air. So here a tertiary air is supplied for better mixing. In this burner, Due to long flame travel, high volatile coals can be burnt easily. Velocity of the air fuel mixture at the burner tip is around 25 meters per second. So once the complete combustion takes place, the ash gets collected at the bottom, and the hot flue gases is supplied to the boiler. So next one is short flame burner. The schematic arrangement of short flame burner or turbulent burner is shown in this sketch. These burners are generally built into the furnace walls so that the flame is projected horizontally into the furnace. So flame is projected horizontally into the furnace. Primary air and fuel mixture. A primary air and fuel mixture is combined with secondary air at the burner periphery before the entry into the furnace as shown in the figure. This burner gives out a turbulent mixture which burns rapidly and combustion is completed within a short distance. Therefore, the combustion rate is very high. The velocity of mixture at the burner tip is about 50 meters per second. In such burners, the bituminous coal can be burnt easily. Modern high capacity power plants use such type of burners. The schematic arrangement of tangential burner is shown in the sketch. These burners are built into furnace wall at the corners. So the burners are built at the corners. They inject the air fuel mixture tangentially into an imaginary circle in the center of the furnace. So this is the imaginary circle. They are so arranged that so when the air fuel enters, so they form a imaginary circle. As the flames intercept, it leads to a swirling action. This produces sufficient turbulence in the furnace for complete combustion. Hence, in such burners, there is no need to produce high turbulence with the burners. Tangential burners give fast and high heat release rates. These burners can also be constructed so as to move up and down through some angle. So these burners are so positioned that we can move them up and down through an angle of plus or minus 30 degrees. With this arrangement, the position of the turbulent mixture and the point of combustion can be raised or lowered, and hence the furnace temperature can be easily controlled. In these burners, fly ash produced in the combustion process may get deposited on the exposed furnace wall surface and solidify as slag. This in turn will affect the heat transfer capability of the boiler. So this can be avoided by providing sufficient heat absorbing surface to cool the molten ash below its softening temperature by radiation before it reaches the furnace wall surfaces. This problem does not exist in modern boiler since the furnace walls are water cooled type. So this is the cyclone burner. It consists of a horizontal cylinder of 3-meter diameter and 4-meter long. So this is the horizontal cylinder, okay, approximately 3-meter diameter and 4-meter long. The cylinder wall is water cooled. So the cylinder walls, all these walls, they are water cooled, while the inside surface is lined with a chrome ore. The horizontal axis of the burner is slightly inclined towards the boiler. This burner burns the coal particles in suspension, thus avoiding fly ash problems, which is common in other types of burners. This burner uses a crushed coal about 5 to 6 mm size instead of the pulverized coal. This burner can easily burn low-grade coal with high ash and moisture content. Also, this can burn biofuel such as rice husk. The coal used in cyclone burner is crushed about 6 mm size. Coal and primary air, about 25% of combustion or secondary air, are admitted tangentially into cylinder so as to produce a strong tangent centrifugal motion and turbulence to the coal particles. The primary air and fuel mixture flows centrifugally along the cylinder walls towards the furnace. From the top of the burner, the secondary air is also admitted tangentially. Secondary air is admitted here tangentially at a high velocity, about 100 meters per second. The high velocity secondary air further increases the centrifugal forces, leading to a highly turbulent whirling motion of the coal air mixture. A tertiary air, about 5 to 10% of secondary air, is admitted axially at the center as shown in the figure. You can see here from the figure. So tertiary air is also supplied so as to move the turbulent coal air mixture towards the furnace. The coal is burnt completely within the burner and only hot gases enter the furnace. Such burners produce high heat and temperature, about 1000 degrees Celsius. Due to high temperature burning, the ash melts in the form of slag and is drained out periodically at the bottom. Here, this is the ash slag. So in today's class, we discussed about a pulverized fuel burning. Mainly we discussed about unit system, bin system and how they work. Next we discussed about burners, different types of burners. We also discussed all the types. Then at last we discussed about ash handling system. So in this again we discussed various types along with the sketches. For any doubts kindly contact me. Thank you.